All right, next segment. Um, what actually helps? I think this is the part where people will really look forward because I guess this is the part where solutions come in,
Yeah.
right? So, I guess yeah, we coming back to the routines part again.
Yeah.
What habits or routines genuinely improved your mental health well-being?
Uh, I think what if there is one thing I would say, Amir, and to your audience, without complicating it at all, I would say first of all have a routine. Okay, now I don't mean to, and again, sometimes it may come across as regimentedness or rigidness. No, that's not what it is. Like have a baseline, right? And then you can manage exceptions, but you cannot manage exceptions if you do not have a baseline. So this baseline is what I call a routine. uh, that's first win, right? The second win is, I think a routine is good if it involves waking up early in the morning. I know many professionals may not be able to do that, time zones, different professionals, medical sector and whatnot. But again, I've had the privilege of being able to do that, so I can say that. But that's one thing. Even if you don't have that luxury, I would say that meditate every day.
Mm,
I, I can go on and on. I can go on and on. It is always possible to set aside a little bit time in your everyday just for this. Meditate every day. Now, when I say that, obviously, I have to talk by my own example.
mm,
Now, look, I've taken 13-hour flights.
mm.
Okay, I had those nights wherein when you party and with you celebrate with your colleagues, at times you don't want to say, well, I have to sleep at night. No, of course not, right? So I've had those exceptions as well. I've been sick, right? I have been I've had other things like everybody else, nothing special here. But still, I absolutely did not go back on this part of my routine ever, right? And this is for many years, right? So if I can do that, I'm sure everyone can do
Mm.
that. So yes, that's one. I elaborated too much, I know, but
No, no,
that's
no. The
that's
elaboration was important.
that's one simple answer that everyone will definitely be helped by incorporating in their routines.
Meditation, guys. For me, my version is to oversimplify it right now. Is I wake up in the morning, right? Get up from my bed, and I really just go to my couch, sit there for like 10 full minutes, just think,
That's okay.
clear my head and think, and wake my brain up before I get started on my shower, breakfast, the stuff, right? So that 10 to 15 minutes of absolute silence I can achieve only in two ways, which I absolutely really love, and I only started doing recently, is 10 minutes in the morning, absolute silence. Even my mom would probably be asleep. So it's
That's good.
just genuinely absolute silence. Just sit and think and clear your head, plan for the day maybe,
Yeah.
and do some reflection internally. It's all quotes. I love quotes. Your mind is your greatest asset and it's your greatest weapon as well, right? So if
Mm,
you're able to utilize it, you can achieve quite a bit,
mm,
right? So, and the second thing is, if I have not yet mentioned it, I love swimming, and
that's good.
being underwater is another very peaceful thing, right? It's very silent and you're underwater, so you're it's I feel light and peaceful underwater. That's another way I find peace
Yeah.
away from the noise and the chaos outside.
So that's your way of managing.
Yes. So every as I have said, each to his own.
Yeah.
Everyone will have their own way of doing
Yeah.
it.
I used to, just to, I know
Yeah. Go
it's
ahead. Go
it's,
ahead.
it's not a part of your question, but I used to swim a lot.
Yeah.
Um, in fact, when I started meditating, I was already swimming. I used to swim in like kilometers, like, okay, not too many, but whatever. Uh,
I believe the
if you
count
take,
is laps.
yeah, correct. I know. So if you take 20 laps of a 50 meter lap pool, then you have a kilometer. Now, I think, and I just want to say this because meditating is meditating.
Mm,
Okay, swimming is swimming,
mm,
right? So I just don't want your audience to think that these are substitutable,
Mm.
right?
If swimming is not replacing meditating, I
okay,
believe that's the point you're trying
okay,
to
yes,
bring
yes,
across,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Swimming is not replacing meditating. What I meant by swimming is I do literally swim
Okay, good.
multiple
We're
laps,
good.
but what I meant by another version of meditating is I literally sit cross-legged at the bottom of the pool for like a
Okay.
minute or two,
Okay. Yeah, that's if it works
for
for you.
however, or rather for however long I can hold my breath.
Okay.
And then I use that few minutes to just sit there in peace at the bottom of the pool. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, some habits and some certain ways to do things are, I didn't mean like running doesn't replace meditation either. Running is just its own form of stress release and workout, right? Swimming is its own form.
Yeah, and again, it also doesn't mean that you can substitute running by meditating, right?
Right, of course.
Obviously not, or swimming with it. So these things have their own importance. So yeah, I think we're good there.
Cool.
Good
Ken.
clarification.
All right, cool. Ken. Actually, yeah, this is a question that's been phrased succinctly. Has networking and community helped your mental health or added pressure?
I think I would say initially it added pressure. It was like, when you walk into a crowded place with 40 people and everyone is there to meet everyone else, and I felt a bit, exchanging name cards and having a small talk for like 2 minutes and then going to another table. It was, again, it's just me. I'm not saying it's not right. I felt overwhelmed because I could not connect with anybody.
How long ago was this? Just curious.
This was before, many years before I met you.
We only met like last year.
We only met, yeah, correct. So it was many years ago. Many years ago. Then what I did was I approached it differently, right? So I would do fewer. I would get into fewer conversations and more meaningful conversations. If I can walk away from that networking event with one connection that I can relate with, I think my job is done. So it was very important not to be exhausted and still enjoy networking. Again, that was my own approach.
That's a very I would say carefully phrased way of putting it. It's I agree.
Okay.
I absolutely agree. You walk into any room, any networking, any gathering,
Yeah.
and you want to walk away with just one meaningful connection instead of talking to a whole bunch of people and walking away with nothing real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can relate.
Okay.
I can relate. And on the day I met you, you would have been that one meaningful connection.
Yeah. No. I remember that it was Sentosa, right?
Was it? I think Sentosa was the second time.
Maybe. Okay, it's fine. Again,
Sentosa was the second time.
That's not part of your script, I'm sure, but sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.